Hello and welcome to Homebrew Adventures, the RPG show where we take wannabe adventurers and take them through a one-shot adventure created by you, the listener. I am your Dungeon Master, Corey Keller. Join me every episode where I take our group of heroes who like to dungeons and sometimes dragons, and we will see if they survive. Do they have what it takes? Is your adventure challenging? Let's find out on Homebrew Adventures. Previously on Homebrew Adventures, the character becomes incapacitated and spends the duration screaming, laughing, or weeping.
I'm gonna weep.
You guys see Johnny running to the boat, and as he makes it to the ship, he just drops to his knees and just starts weeping uncontrollably as you guys think, maybe he just really loves ships.
I'm crying and muttering, why didn't you love me?
What are you doing?
You were the chosen one.
Screw you! As she starts heading towards the trees again.
Okay, and then I try to shoot her in the knee. Pew!
That definitely hurt her as it goes through the kneecap and just...
I shout, I don't know my own strength, but that was kind of a douche move. 16.
You tie her up.
Yay.
Ah.
So, alright, so my suggestion is tell us everything she knows about the treasure, what she has.
My name is Beatrix Sandsap. I am a thief. If you check my pocket, you will find something of high value. You pull out of her robe that she was wearing. You get it's a sextant. It is
Pardon?
a sextant.
I don't want it.
Alright, so we're gonna investigate that naughty, cool sex
All right, who wants to investigate it?
Not a cool sex toy.
Yeah.
But you, as you're studying this sextant, you notice that there are some weird carvings into this that are etched into the bronze. And you notice that this is kind of a weird circular shape with, just some odd, like the telescope pointing on this side and the compass pointing on this side. And it has markings that were very similar to something you noticed earlier.
On the obelisk?
On the obelisk. Hey, whom do we
Hey ho.
Hold on.
Hi Leo.
Hey, homebrewers. We are back with the finale of Reef of Madness. And I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? This is the last one. We're bringing it home.
I'm glad I know what happened to Zinnia.
You have no idea.
Oh, no, I do.
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Nope.
All right. So, yeah, if you guys are just joining us, this is the finale for Reef of Madness. We've been in this for a few episodes now, and we're wrapping it up with this one, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm sure these guys are ready to see if they are successful or not with what Alfred has charged them to do. But we will find out today on Homebrew Adventures. And we're back. Okay, so we last left off. You guys went ahead and went to the inn, and you had a terrible night's rest, except for Johnny.
That's right.
So Johnny actually gets all his hit points and spell slots back, and the rest of you are whatever you went to sleep with last night is what you are staying with.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
So how many hit points does that put you guys at?
16.
17.
24.
Of course. All right. So, so you guys wake up. You, Varak and Turk, you kind of had the same crazy dreams again. This time they were changed up a little bit. While you were sleeping, you had dreams of just, you saw stars and just galaxies and things like planets colliding. And then you see faces of some of the villagers kind of just screaming and just all these disturbing images throughout the night. And as you woke up, like I said, you gained no benefits of your long rest, and you didn't really get a restful night's sleep because of this.
What did I dream?
I don't know. Tell us. What did you dream about last night, Johnny?
It started out with a meadow. I was walking in a meadow, and I had a picnic basket, and it was really nice. I was going up a hill to watch the sunset over the beach, which is at the bottom, obviously. And
Obviously.
my mother was there, and then Grampy Tuesday showed up.
Oh, Grampy Tuesday.
It was great. And then my boy Dirk was there. You guys don't know about Dirk, but Dirk's my boy from back in the day. And we just played Ultimate Frisbee, and it was super chill, and it made me happy. And then we flew away in a red Cadillac.
Oh.
That sounds like an amazing dream.
Yeah,
Wonder you got some peaceful rest.
Got me back up to full.
Tell me more about your good sleep.
my good sleep. It was just super good.
So as you guys kind of discuss your sleep patterns for the night, you head downstairs. You're back in the main room of the tavern. It's early morning again at this time. You see the tavern still full of some patrons again. This time, they're just some baggy eyes. People are just throwing back coffee like crazy. People are not really being social. Some are kind of agitated. The bartender is really slow this morning. But that's kind of the scene that you see as you head downstairs.
Morning.
You hear a guy in the corner, "Shut up!"
Okay. Well, I walk over to the bar and order some eggs.
All right, and the guy behind the bar goes, "Yeah, just give me a second. It'll be just a few minutes."
Not a problem.
And as you guys are kind of hanging out, you notice someone walking into the tavern. It is a stout dwarf, full on beard. This guy looks like he is just a man of the woods. You see him carrying an axe, like for chopping wood.
Is it Gimli?
It is not Gimli.
Is it Gloin?
No.
Is it Feely?
No.
Is it Keely?
No.
Is it Biffer?
Are we going to go through the whole list?
If I can
It is no
remember
one
them.
from The Hobbit
Okay.
or any of the Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
But yeah, you see him.
Is it
Disappointed.
Sleepy?
He looks pretty refreshed. I mean, this guy is.
My man.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
He comes up to the bartender and he says, "Morning. I'll take another coffee to go, please."
I get a coffee with him.
Is it decaf?
No, I am full-on caffeinated character. not in real life.
All right, yeah. So he pours you a coffee, and this stout dwarf that walks in says, "Good morning to you," and he kind of raises his cup up, and he's kind of sipping on his coffee a little bit.
Hey, buddy.
I give him a return. I ordered coffee too, and I give him a return. Little cheers.
You guys look a little worse for wear. But not your buddy here. This
I feel great.
this dragon-looking fellow.
Thank you.
He says, "You guys must be some of the unfortunate ones here that are not getting much rest."
Yup.
What about you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm a local woodworker. I'm in charge of hauling a lot of the lumber into town.
Is your name Chip?
No, my name's Duncan. Nice to meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, this character is named after Duncan Grants, our 1,000 follower on Instagram. We told you we name a character after him, and here he is.
Hello, sir.
Nice to meet you. He said, "Yeah, I'm the local woodworker here. I provide the town with a lot of timber. I live just outside the village."
Just outside, you say?
Yes.
Must be nice.
You guys are the folks that everyone's been talking about, right?
Oh boy.
Who helped the fishermen? Didn't you guys help the fishermen with clearing out some of their nets and killing that beast out there that was scaring all the fish?
Well, we're not ones to brag, but yes,
Yes.
absolutely. we did.
It was all
That was
me.
us.
Turk Turkleton.
And her crew.
He says, "Well, I tell you what, I'm about to head back to my place. I've been taking some random villagers every now and then back to my place for some rest. They seem to get some good rest. So how about I offer you guys some rest for the help you've been doing around this village?"
Please.
That would be really nice.
Awesome. Well, yeah, if you want to follow me, we can head over to my place.
Did we just get picked up at a bar by a
I
dwarf?
think we did.
Like, you guys didn't even, like, try to get him to pay for our coffee. You just were straight like, "Yeah, Duncan, let's go back to your place for some goodsies. We're going to be sawing logs with the woodworker."
So you guys going with him?
I need some rest.
Yeah, I'll trust him.
I'll go with him and offer to help him with whatever he's got going on since I'm good.
All right, awesome. Yeah. So you guys are able to, or not able to, you follow him out of the tavern, and as you kind of passing through town, you see there's people are really sluggish, even out in the courtyard and in the center of town. People are still walking back and forth and just not looking too good. They're really just hunched, and you see some of the same mad behavior that you've noticed. Some people twitching, and just you see people crawling on the floor. And he's like, I wish we could figure out the problem with what's going on around here.
He
will. Says, we'll talk about it more at my place. And so about 15, 20 minutes later, as you guys are walking just outside the village, you come upon, going through the woods a little bit, you come upon a log hut. Like this guy, you could tell he built this thing by hand. And you see some projects he's working on. You see some chairs that are half built. You see some trees that are getting chopped up. He's some firewood, some bunches of firewood and things like that. And he says, make yourselves at home. There's plenty of, there's a couple cots in my cabin. He says, I got to finish chopping some wood, but feel free to, take a rest if you need.
I'm down to chop some wood.
All right. So you, Varak, Turk, you're going to go
I make a
take a nap
for a cot.
Go into the cot.
But you can't sleep because you didn't get decaf.
But it doesn't affect me because I'm awesome.
All right. So we're gonna assume you guys are gonna take a nice little siesta.
Yeah.
Siesta.
Yeah. So you two, you go inside, you hop in a cot. You notice the inside of this little hut cabin thing that Duncan lives in. It's nice. Inside you see there's just like beautiful wood inlays all across, hand carved, nice thick walnut door, and like this guy knows his stuff. And yeah, sure enough, there's actually multiple cots inside where maybe he's helping out some of the local people.
Aww.
I don't like who keeps cots like that.
Nice guy.
Maybe he's just trying to help. But yeah, so Johnny, you and you noticed that Duncan is going away to start chopping some wood just right outside. So he's not. There's a little area like that he has where he's chopping wood.
I ask if you need some help.
Sure. Yeah. There's got a couple other axes over there. You've split wood before, haven't you?
Come on. Of course I've split wood before. I grew up splitting wood. Actually, it's a old family trait.
All right, as you set up a piece of wood.
I set up a wood.
You set up a piece of wood. You take a swing with your axe. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
All right. That is a critical failure.
Yay!
Okay, so
Grew up doing this, did you?
Some say I still haven't grown up.
Still got it.
So you kind of like, yeah, I've been chopping wood all my life. So as you set up the wood, you grab your axe.
I've got an out for this, but continue.
You go to take a swing, and as you take a swing, you overshoot where your axe is supposed to hit the top of the wood, and you basically just hit the handle of the axe right on top of the wood, and it splits the handle and basically breaks the axe head off.
I look at it and look at Duncan. I'm like, oh, this is just inferior axe. Why didn't you tell me you had a bad axe? You said you had multiple axes. You could have told me which one was going to break on me.
He says, I've built every single one of these axes,
Well,
and not one is broken yet.
hey,
Way to go.
Hey, I'm
You're supposed to split the other wood, not the handle.
That was the wrong one.
The wrong one.
Look, hey, I've been
character.
I've been the first to do a lot of things, so it doesn't surprise me that that none of them are broken until today. But let me grab another axe. I got this.
He says, it's no problem. I can make many axes. Many axe handles, that is.
Well, so could I if I tried. I'm pretty good at these kind of things. And I grab another axe to try it again.
All right, roll a strength check for me.
And that's an 18 plus 3.
And this time you slice right through the wood with precision as you split it. And he says, oh, so maybe you do know how. Sometimes Maybe that axe was just a little inferior.
I dust the sawdust off my shoulders and move the wood to wherever he's stacking them.
Perfect. So you guys have been chopping for probably a good 30 minutes now while these two are still sound asleep. He says, well, it's you fine with taking a break?
Yeah.
He lights up like one of them big long like pipes, tobacco pipes.
Okay.
Yeah, tobacco.
Tobacco.
As he invites you to sit down, and he takes a puff and he passes it to you.
Yeah. I take a deep drag. Like a big, deep drag. Just intense.
Roll a performance check.
Why is this performance? What is this? This should be like
you're trying to like
this
go
should be
over
Constitution.
All right, do Constitution.
The performance will be when I blow the smoke rings.
Roll a Constitution check. I just want to see.
5 + 1.
You choke on the smoke.
I ask. I hand him back the pipe and be like, "That's pretty dank."
He says, I should have warned you. This tobacco's a little strong.
He's thinking you're.
I say tobacco and wink at him.
He's thinking you're.
He looks at you funny, and he says, "So, tell me, where are you guys from?"
Where we're from? Well, it's a. Where's anyone from? From around. We're from here. We're from there. We're just traveling that lonely road, trying to find our place in the world. And you know what? I think I may have found it here with you, chopping wood and just smoking the tobacco pipe. We're not locals, obviously, but we're travelers, so we don't really have a home. This can be OOC. I don't have a freaking clue where any of us are actually from as far as backstory goes. So, I mean, like, there was a port town maybe that, like, Varak's from, but, like, I don't know anything else.
He looks at you and winks. He says, or he gives you a wink and he says, "Got it."
Do you?
Because he doesn't even have it.
He says, "We all have secrets about our past. No worries."
He knows Duncan, more about you than you do.
I'm a little scared right now, Duncan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Pass that pipe. Let me get this. Let me calm myself a little bit.
So at this point, you guys have been having this kind of sitting back having a conversation for a good couple hours has passed. And we'll say that you guys around this time wake up from a really refreshing nap.
So it's a short rest.
We're gonna call it a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
When they wake up and they come out and we're eating like popcorn and ice cream and casserole.
Somehow a casserole got thrown in there.
It's a great broccoli and cheese rice casserole. It's delicious, and we're just laughing.
And we are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
For once.
And we are red-eyed and not bushy-tailed.
Strong tobacco. All right, so yeah, as Varak and Turk, you exit the cabin and head back out to where Johnny and Duncan are sitting. Duncan looks at you all and says, "So, where do you presume this madness is coming from? These odd things that are going on in this village?"
Just because I don't trust anybody really. I appreciate the long rest, but I'm just saying this to myself. Can I roll any kind of check on him to see if he's trying to get any information from us for...
Yeah, you can roll a perception check and just see.
I'm just going to...
No, at this point, we're bros, so you can roll a perception check, but I'm just going to be talking with him.
All right, you can keep talking. Okay, 6 + 2. I had to find it. Okay, 8.
No, he just seems like a nice guy, a nice local woodworker.
I tell him everything we've done. Like, we're bros now. Like, so everything that we've done in this village.
So you've explained all that to him?
Okay. And then my theory is, the obelisk, or maybe there's like a wizard, or maybe you just got some bad juju here.
He is stroking his long beard and kind of, you can see he's deep in thought.
I'm stroking his long beard too. I'm helping her out on that.
We all
He says, please don't touch my beard.
Respect.
And so as he's kind of, stroking it, and he's kind of looking off in the distance, just deep in thought, and he says, "Would you like to see something weird?"
We're cool, but like we're bros.
How weird.
You know what? Let's get weird. And I take my vest off.
Whoa, not that kind of weird. Not that kind of
I
weird,
put
John.
my vest back on.
Okay, that's good to know because I didn't know where this was going.
You know, I have dreams, but sometimes they don't.
He says, after you've, told me these tales of what you guys have been through and what you've done and these strange markings on this obelisk and just everything you've been through, well, maybe you can help me figure out what's been going on. So these past, I'd say about 3 nights, I've noticed one of our local villagers has been acting very, very strange. Well, more than just one. But you know what? I'll just show you. And so he leads you a little further into the woods basically to the other side of the island where there's another kind of beach front on the opposite end. Before you get out of the trees onto this beach, he kind of tells you to stop, and he says, "It should be any moment now." He says, "If you just focus your eyes here at the edge of this beach, you're going to see something very weird." And as he says that, without missing a beat, all of a sudden you see this woman. She steps out of the trees, and she's almost in this sleep-like trance as she is slowly making her way down to the beachfront. And her expression is somber. She's kind of just staring straight in this, like I said, almost like a trance, like she's sleepwalking. And you notice that she starts picking up rocks and positioning them in a weird kind of way on the beach. And the way she is kind of laying them out, it looks like, he says, "No, just wait for her to finish."
And then I'm watching, and I'm looking at the way she's laying out the stones, and I'm like, okay, what is she's spelling something, and then we realize she's spelling out "send nudes."
No, that was yesterday, actually, so you must have seen that.
Yeah.
No.
I sent her nudes, so yeah.
You're nude right now because you took your vest off.
Don't judge me. I like to be free.
But yeah, she's, arranging stones, and then you see her grab some driftwood and some shells and just anything she can find. And as she has made this kind of design out of these rocks and stuff, and she kind of steps back and is just staring towards the ocean, you see, you can kind of make out that it is a giant eye that she has made out of these rocks and driftwood, and this circle where this giant eye is, and then around you see smaller little eyeballs kind of around the perimeter of this.
I say it's beautiful.
He says, Duncan looks at you and says, she's been doing this every morning now for the past 3 days.
Does she always make the same thing?
Same thing. And it gets weird. She starts chanting. I can't understand what she's chanting. It's not any common language I've heard before. And then she starts chanting these weird noises as she just continues to stare straight, almost in this trance-like state.
I'm loving the performance art.
Is she like staring into town?
No, at the moment she's staring like into the ocean.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah.
I have a little tear. I'm just like, this is absolutely beautiful.
I am not digging it.
Well,
I don't like it.
Like, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
She's encouraging this madness to continue.
She's definitely doing something I don't like.
Some bad juju.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he says she's probably going to be like this for another hour. He says, I've never tried talking to her or anything. I mean, I know who she is. She used to be, or she still is. She's another local woodworker here in town. That's how I know her.
I
But
give him a little elbow rib.
he says, I'm kind of worried about her, but I haven't talked to her about it yet. But I don't know what's going on with her.
Let's go find out.
Well, take
Or
a
let's
sidebar with my amigos here
Okay.
for a second.
Turk and the boys.
And it's our band name. and I'm like, excuse me, Duncan. And so
I whatever you want to say to me, you can say in front of Duncan.
hey,
We're bros.
that may be true, but I'm gonna, if you don't want to talk, I'll talk to Varak. Okay. So
we'll talk. It's cool.
So
Talk it
I
out.
feel
Talk it out. I'll
like
take it later.
we could talk to this crazy lady, but also something that we need to remember is we need to go into town to go see a wizard too as well. I just don't want to forget that
Okay.
because
There's a wizard.
because of the sex toy.
That is pronounced sextant.
I filed that in the quest log as dill don't.
Gross. So I just
I mean, why can't we? We're here now. It makes sense to go talk to this lady. And
I just
then go
don't
back. You
want to
think,
get too caught up in
Yeah, because I
here.
forgot about that already.
So I just remembered
who
it. So I
told
was
us
like,
to go
"Whoop."
talk to the wizard?
Okay, huh?
Who told us to go talk to the wizard?
Well, we need to find out what this is, and then old Al was like, "I don't have much to tell you, but you should go
When
talk to
does
somebody."
he have much to tell us?
Huh?
When does he have much to tell us?
Worthless.
Such
So-
a
Anyways, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm with you.
there you
He's not
go.
very
Just wanted
invested
to
into
just
it.
remember to
Let's-
just wanted to remind you all.
all right.
Because
Well,
you
let's,
still got you got in your pocket, right?
Yeah, nobody
let's go
but y'all
talk-
know.
Let's
Yeah.
go talk
Okay.
to the crazy lady. Because here's you know.
I have good persuasion, if anything. If we need to, I
Okay,
don't
calm
know.
down when you think you have good persuasion. On that, I'm
Okay.
rocking +8.
Okay, sidebar over.
Oh well, no,
Oh,
not
sidebar up.
over. Sidebar up. Sorry, sidebar starting. Let's go talk to the crazy lady because my guess is we're not going to get anything out of her, but we're here, so we might as well. And then we'll go to the wizard and
Party.
party down.
Sounds good.
Hurrah!
Eat some cookie crisps.
That's not a thing.
Cookie crisps?
Not in this time.
You don't know that.
Okay, sidebar over.
Okay, sidebar over.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Duncan,
what
this
do
is
you
what
guys?
we talked about.
Yes.
Cookie crisps. Have you ever heard of them?
I'm not familiar with Cookie Crisps.
Dang. All right.
It's not that good.
You bite your tongue. Let's go. What did you say her name was again? The woodworker?
Her name is Janet.
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 Okay. All right.
All right.
We go talk to
mosey
Janet.
up there.
All right. So you guys mosey on up to the edge of the beachfront, and you're standing right next to Janet. She's standing in the center where the eye is,
Okay.
the main
can,
eye.
Can you tell me what her chanting sounds like?
It sounds like.
Okay. So as she's doing that, I just start mimicking it. I
Okay.
go up next to her and.
And I kind of
I
try
go an
to.
octave higher and go.
We start harmonizing. All of us. Let's go.
Nothing happens.
And I
Nothing
wave.
happens. Okay.
I wave at her.
She doesn't notice you. She's still staring.
I kind of get in her line of sight, and I'm like, "Oh, hello."
Right. I need you to roll a d20 for me.
You messed up. You done messed up.
Roll the
You
d20.
were like, "Let's go talk to her."
I didn't say like let's get in her face and make out.
I didn't like. I'm still like I'm in her line of sight. I'm not in her face, just so you know.
I know. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh crap! What is the T24?
Just roll a d20.
You know
I
what
feel
it's
like
for.
I feel like there should be more information. Whew. Okay. 19 plus anything.
Yeah, add your constitution, but it's already 19. So
Okay.
Okay,
Booyah.
nothing happens.
Does she see me?
She is still staring straight ahead, so she hasn't like broken her eye gaze.
I try to see what she's looking at. I like look out the same direction, kind of like do that, like get next to her and kind of look at the.
Like you're gonna get like right up next to her and kind of like
Well, not right next to her, but you know what? Yeah, screw it. Right next to her.
roll a d20 for me.
I want to find out what happens because like your boy just rolled a critical 1.
Did you
Oh,
really?
Why have you done that twice?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no.
You should probably get a new d20 for the rest of this.
You should. I should because.
All right. As you stand next to her and kind of like, try to get your gaze, all of a sudden this blast of psionic energy just comes from within her, and it just shoots out, and it hits you, and it pushes you back about 15 feet and throws you onto the ground, and you take just 3 points of damage.
It's nothing. Wait, was it like what you said? What kind of what kind of weapon?
Psionic energy.
But what kind of damage is that?
Well, the psionic energy didn't cause the damage. It was your hit to the ground, so that would be just
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right, I'm still good.
Yeah.
But she still hasn't broken her focus.
Not at the moment, no.
I get up and just am like, all right, and walk away. I don't even wait for them.
Okay, so clearly there's something in the
I'm
ocean
going back to Duncan.
that has her
Yeah.
focus.
I scream over to Duncan. I'm like, how long is she like this? Like, how long does this last?
Probably just a few more minutes.
You want to wait it out?
Alright, I go and sit on a log and just like,
Go sit on a log, you
and
doof.
I get out my popcorn and just munch and watch.
Duncan's like, where'd you get popcorn from?
Yeah, I step away and kind of follow Turk and just watch this all play out for a couple minutes.
Okay, and Johnny, what are you doing?
I'm walking back to chop some wood.
Okay. So yeah, Varak and Turk and Duncan stay and just kind of watch. He's like, yeah, here in just a few minutes, you'll see. And then, without missing a beat again, she kind of just slunches over just a little bit. Doesn't fall down, but she just kind of like,
I probably took a lot out
she
of
just
her.
kind of starts breathing heavily. And then she looks around. She says, Duncan, did I do it again? And he's like, yes, Janet, you did. And then she just kind of looks just sad and defeated as
I shout-
Duncan goes to
I
comfort
shout
her.
from up the hill, you suck!
Who is that man?
That's just mean. Don't listen to him.
So, did you just wake up? And what were you doing before this happened?
I was just in my home. I was doing my morning chores.
When do you recall when this started?
I don't. I just know that I just occasionally wake up here on the beach. And just recently, Duncan has been here to comfort me.
Ooh. Well.
She's like, aren't you all are the ones that have been helping the village out, aren't you?
We are.
Yes.
She's like, could you please find a way to make this stop?
We're working on it. Do you have any vibes on the ocean right now?
I don't know. I've grown up. I've grown up next to the ocean my whole life.
Okay, well, you seemed pretty focused on the ocean, so I just didn't know if you could pull something out.
I remember nothing.
Do these?
She says-
Does this symbol
she said-
mean anything to you? Does these eyes,
Yeah,
this formation that you've? Does this mean anything?
No, I just see it in my dreams.
You see it in your dreams.
What happens in your dream? Do you recall anything else?
I just see darkness. I see stars. I see the eye, and then I wake up.
All right.
She says,
Well-
will you please help to figure this out?
Okay, yes.
She says, good.
I shake her hand.
She says, if you can please, I have something that might help you.
Please.
She says, Duncan, may I? And he says, well, of course. And so they lead you back to Duncan's place. And you notice that this is kind of like a communal. They both do woodworking out of this same kind of area here on the outskirts.
It's a
And
co-op.
yeah, it's a co-op. So she runs inside the hut and fumbles around a little bit and comes back with a quiver of arrows that she has handmade. And she says, these are sharper and shoot straighter than any arrow I've seen in a long time. I've made these by hand. And she says, which one of you shoots the arrows?
I think
Which one of you shoots?
Which one of you knows how to
arrows?
shoot the arrows?
I don't know, the one
I
with
think
the
we
bow
all
on the
do.
back?
I mean, I have a long bow.
Yeah,
I
but that's
don't
you.
have anything.
That's pretty obviously you.
think it's
Then.
you.
So she hands them to you, Turk, and says,
I love how
Please
Turk
take
was
these.
like, I don't know. We all kind of can do it. We all, we're all really
I
good.
think we
at
all
things. We
do
set our
have-
mind.
I don't.
Oh, okay, then
he
I
doesn't, and
I don't
have
know
a-
anything about my compadres here.
I have a
So give me
hand-
the arrows.
I have a hand crossbow, which is like tiny bolts.
yeah. So
we
she
could call them tiny javelins, and then
Like you said.
So she gives you this quiver of arrows. There's 20 in there, and they are these arrows. These arrows will give you +1 to your damage.
Yeah. And I say, thank you, Janet.
Good thing you didn't have that when you shot Eleanor in the knee, or she would have been toast.
She would have
You would
been.
have felt so
Burnt
bad.
toast.
You would have just been like crying.
I would have felt so bad.
You did feel so bad.
That would have felt worse.
All right, so she
Oh,
says,
am I there now? Like, am I back? Are
"Yeah,
they-
you're back.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, they came back up there where you were hanging out. So,
All right.
yeah. She says, thank you, and just please figure this out." And Duncan says, "See, I told you it was weird."
I've seen weirder.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
You want to see something else weird that's probably going on right about now?
What?
I take off my vest and say, yeah.
Hey homebrewers, it's me again, your Dungeon Master Corey, just taking a quick break in the middle of the episode to let's talk about announcements and advertisements, shall we? First, let's start with some advertisements. So Audible, yeah, you guys, Audible has hooked all you homebrewers up with a great deal. So, well, basically everyone listening right now, today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. You can get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/homebrew adventures. Did you know that there are over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player? So, seriously, what are you guys waiting for? You get a free month free, and you get a free audiobook to download to listen to whenever you want. Just head on over to audibletrial.com/homebrew adventures. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyways, announcements. So this is our final episode for Reef of Madness. Now, we've broken it up into 2 parts because otherwise it would have been a really long episode and we didn't want to do that to you guys. So you're listening to part 1 now, and part 2 will actually be released on February 14th. 2 weeks from now, and that'll be, February 14th, which is Valentine's. So if you don't have a Valentine, you could spend it with us. Wink, wink. Yeah. That'll be the finale. We want to thank all the guys over at Goblin Ink Press. And we're excited to see what our next actual adventure will be after that. But while we figure out who our next adventure is written by, we're actually going to have a session in between the end of Reef of Madness and our new adventure. So 2 weeks after February 14th, Charlie, who you know as Johnny Bronze, will actually be doing a session for our group, and we're going to do kind of a little off one-shot, and he will be DMing that, which means I actually get to play. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, so that's really all I got for you guys right now, and let's just get back to the episode, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks on Valentine's Day. Once again, Johnny, not that kind of weird.
Okay, because every time you say it, I get a little nervous.
And I get a little, not nervous.
He fully embraces it.
He says, shall we head back into town and I'll show you?
Well, we do have to go back into town, so...
Let's do it.
All right, so you, Duncan leads you back into town and he says, Janet, just stay here.
It's rude. Tell a woman
Let
to
the
stay here.
men folk go and take care of problems.
He's trying to protect her because she's very faint right now from her exhausting...
If he's trying to protect
Trance.
her, why does he let her chill at the cottage? Is that why that is called that?
I don't know. I was thinking about that earlier.
Cottage is just got a cot. Whoa. Anyway,
I know.
That's what he's telling her. Stay there at the cottage.
yeah, but
get
why
some
does he let her
rest.
stay there all the time? Obviously, she's got a thing for him. It's kind of like right there. Like, just let her stay there because everyone else is sleeping fine. Maybe she won't get tranced out and go all eyeball-y.
Hey,
and
you don't know
shock
their
people.
personal lives.
Look, I don't need to know their personal lives. It's called
Well-
kindness.
Well, you can talk to Duncan about that later.
I'm gonna be talking to my bro. The whole carriage cart, whatever, for walking.
You're
whatever,
walking.
the whole time. I'm like, hey, Duncan, what's that sitch?
Have we left yet? Because I wanted to give her a hug and tell her that it's going to be okay.
You gave her a hug, tell her it's going to be okay, and then you all are now walking back to...
Was she encouraged?
I say, do you call her Janet or Miss Jackson if you're nasty?
Miss Jackson.
There it is, my man. I give him a high five.
That's all he wanted to know.
He says, the situation with Miss Jackson and I
I give
is
him another high
complicated.
five. I'm like, hey, we've all had that Facebook relationship status.
Duncan tells you that he is secretly in love with Miss Jackson.
It's not much of a secret.
No, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, he says so. He's trying to play it cool, So he says maybe things will work out after this, but for now, we have more pressing matters to
I
attend
invite
to.
him to join us on whatever journey we're doing, so that way he can have like a war story, and I'll like back him up on any story. So like I'm totally wingmanning him. Like I want him to be ride and die with us, like for this final battle, and then like he can take all the credit with Janet. Or at least anything I do, he can take credit for. And I'm telling him this. I'm like, if you join us, you can you don't even have to really do anything.
He says anything to protect this village is all I'm trying to do.
Look at you. Are you gonna? What are you running for governor with your political answers? Like, come on. You trying to? We know what you're trying to do. But like, let's do this. Bring that axe. Like, let's.
Oh, he carries that axe with him everywhere.
That's what I like to hear. So we got an axe now.
Yes.
And your bow. And your craziness.
Yeah. Turk says, "You have my bow."
There it is.
And then Duncan says, "You have my axe."
And you said he's not Gimli.
And I just rip out my guitar and play like a sick solo, and I'm like, you have my guitar.
What do you have to contribute?
Those
Brock?
guns.
He is a bear man.
Yeah.
Your fur.
Yep.
Are you guys cold? I can get real furry and just cuddle up. We'll be warm.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's get a move on here.
Okay, so you've had a nice conversation. Head back into town.
And we picked up Duncan as a help, right?
We'll find out. He's debating it, but he's leading you into town because he wants to show you the next thing. He says, "I've noticed you guys haven't been around during the daytime, really. But while you guys are gone in the town square, well, let's just show you." As he says that, you guys kind of walk back into town, and in the center, there is a man basically standing up on a soapbox in the middle of town, and he's just rambling on and on about how the end of times are coming. Literally, like the end of this realm is coming. He believes that Blue Squid Village and the surrounding area will be attacked by fearsome sea creatures in the service of an ancient one-eyed god. And most of the townspeople are kind of like, "Yeah, shut up." And some are like fearfully trembling and like, "What's going to happen next?"
That guy. Every town's got that guy.
Yeah, but he's talking. I don't know. I feel like that one giant eye means something.
And Duncan says, "This is Ezekiel. He's another artisan here in town, but this has been him for a while."
What you said? Artisan? What does
Yeah.
he make? Leather?
He works with like shells and like coral and kind of does that kind of stuff.
So like those like jars you can buy whenever you visit like a seaside town.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's going on and on yelling about just like, the end of times are coming. The end of Blue Squid Village is coming. It's going to be destroyed by sea creatures and a one-eyed god.
If I ask him, since it's the end of times, if he's running any discounts on his art, like his creations, his craft.
Into
His
the world
shells.
sale.
Yeah. If he has an end of the world sale, that's what I'm asking for.
He asks, "Will you listen to all that I have to say?"
How much of a discount? Like, is it like a percentage wise? If I listen to 100%, I get 100% off.
He says, "If you listen to my ramblings, I will reward you."
All right, you
Okay,
do that
so-
while I
Yeah,
go
I'll listen to
find-
his ramblings.
I'll
They
go
can
find
go-
the wizard
they
while
go
you
find the
guys
wizard. You don't
are
know this.
lollygagging in town.
Lollygagging. I'm investigating. Lay it on me, Ezekiel. I'm a pupil.
So he like gathers you and a few others around, and he starts, telling the tale of this creature that comes from the deep will rise up and destroy this town. And there's visions of Blue Squid Village just being completely covered in seaweed and set ablaze. And he talks about the stars will fall from the sky, and that this realm will become darkness and turn into the far-touched realms. I wanted you to roll a DC intelligence check for me.
Intelligence?
Yeah, you're gonna see if he's telling the truth.
Oh. Ugh.
Did you roll another one?
I rolled another 1.
Okay.
Do I have to do that if I'm listening to it also?
Oh yeah, yeah. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Roll that for me too.
Plus what?
Intelligence.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so 6.
6 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you rolled a fail and you rolled a 6, you don't know. You just think this is the ramblings of some madman.
Yeah.
I start booing him.
Yeah, but he does say, "But this place will need protection, right?" And so he looks at you and says, he talks about how he's giving away all his belongings because the end of time is coming anyways. And since you listened to his ramblings, Johnny, he gifts you with this short sword that's made of coral and like inlaid with shells, and it's pretty cool looking.
Does it
Is
give me
it
plus
pretty?
or anything?
You get a +1 to attacks made with it. So if you want his coral short sword, you get +1 to your attack
I mean, I'll
rolls.
keep it to sell it, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
use it.
And then you should see him kind of giving away some of his like artisan tools to other people. And
I asked him if his store name is Ezekiel Shell.
he says, "Good one," but no. And then he just continues his
And-
ramblings.
Well, I was going to try to find him on Yelp.
And then at this moment, so you're going off looking for someone else. You said.
I'm gonna go. I'm off to see the wizard.
Okay, so you two are still stuck in listening to the ramblings at this moment. Okay, Turk, you remember where you took Varak the first time. He was mad and you had to take him to a wizard. So you and also Duncan is hanging out with Johnny and Varak at the town square. So you're by yourself heading to the wizard. And so yeah, you find the wizard. You enter. It is kind of your typical wizard-looking guy, just an old gray human man, just kind of sitting in the back of this little shack that you remember from last time, and he is also smoking a pipe.
Hello, good sir. Do you remember me?
Oh yes, you were the one that brought in the sick little beast of a man.
That is correct. I have another thing for you to check out.
Sure, anything. What can I help you with?
And then I take the piece of cloth that it's wrapped in, and I don't actually recall, or actually I do recall how I came across this, but I just wanted you to take a look at it and see kind of what you know, what you can decipher from it.
Sure. So you hand him the sextant.
Yes.
Okay. He grabs it and he's kind of taking a look at it. He sets it down and you see him just kind of wave his hands over it a little bit. He goes and opens a book and kind of starts to just flip through the pages, reads a little bit of words, comes back, sits his hands over it, picks it up and says, just as I thought, there's dark magic associated with this.
That's what I thought.
And he says, but the type of magic is not one of this realm. It's something much further away. Something far.
Okay.
I'm not too familiar with the magic, but I know it is not of this realm, as I said. And he's kind of looking through it, and he sprinkles some dust on there. And as he sprinkles the dust, it kind of lights up this blue aura.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, let me try something. And he gets candlelight and kind of puts the light where you look through the eye of it, on the one side, and kind of puts the candle there, and the light that comes shining through that, and it projects a bunch of stars up on the inside of his wall, inside of his cabin. He says, I do not know what this means, but it is kind of cool.
It's nifty.
He says that he believes that this is pointing to something. He says it holds a secret that must be unlocked.
So how do I use this? I'm not familiar with this kind of thing. So how do I...
How do you use this tool?
Yes.
Well, you look through it and it tells you exactly where your degrees of where you need to sail. It's for sailors.
So this is directing me to where I need to go?
Yes. He says if you... what I've kind of noticed is if you look through this... I don't understand why, but it when I look in one direction, it lights up. But when I look in other directions, it does not.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Is there anything else I need to know about this?
That's all I can tell you, and that's all I know.
All
Because
right.
I don't know much about this magic.
All right, thank you, sir. I give him a pat on the back. And then I give him... What would be a respectable amount to pay
None.
a wizard? No.
You weren't there, John. You have no idea what's
I
going
know.
on.
I've been biting my tongue this whole time.
Well, you're not there.
I know.
And I
Boy,
think
if I were.
he didn't give me valuable information.
That's what I'm saying. He gave you nothing that we couldn't have found out on our own. Thanks a lot, Alfred, for telling us to go talk to this guy. You need to pry some more. If Alfred told us to go talk to... I mean, I'm not there. I can't tell you to do this. But you need to, come on.
I said, is there anything else I need to know?
Oh, that's very persuasive.
Okay, so... I mean, I do have persuasion, but I don't, he seems
You could
like...
try to persuade him to see if he has more information that he's withholding.
Said he didn't, and I'm
Oh my
a
gosh.
trusting person.
Yeah, trust wizards, because they're not full of tricks up their sleeves.
All right, so I'm like, are you sure you don't have any other thing to provide me? And then persuasion, which is 9 plus 5, so it's 14 enough.
Oh, no, yeah, it's nothing. Okay, fine.
Why would you hold out on me, man?
Because you don't understand. If you aren't careful, you'll release the Deep Lord himself.
Well, okay, wouldn't that be something you should tell me?
I don't want to get involved.
Okay, well, this is your job.
No, it's not my job.
You're a wizard, and if you have this information, you need to tell other people that don't have this information to keep them from doing something accidentally.
Nowhere at wizard school does it say I have to give information to anybody.
I don't know what school you went to.
But listen, this is some dark stuff.
Really?
Yes. The things I told you are true. It does lead you to something, and it does require needing to be unlocked. But you must be careful, because there's no turning back when you unlock its secrets.
How do you unlock it?
He says just follow the engravings.
I look at it, and is it symbols? Is it a language? What's on it?
You realize this in the previous episode where you found out that it is the same markings on the obelisk.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not there.
No.
Do you have any knowledge of these symbols?
I do not, he says, and I am telling you the truth.
Are you sure? I can roll another check.
You can persuade me all you want. That is the truth. Okay, so as you are still there with the wizard or whatever, finishing every conversation, we shift gears back to the village square. You guys are still listening to the ramblings of this guy. He's, just finishing up. He just handed you the weird little artisan toy as he's handing out to everyone else. And you actually see Fish hop up on the soapbox with this guy, and he says, "Good people, don't be listening to this guy. We are protected. Nothing's gonna get to us." He says, "The amulet I found that most of you know about." And Duncan looks at you guys and he says, "Oh yeah, by the way, Fish here says he found something that's going to protect the village." He says, "Listen, he was, Fish. He's kind of crazy."
I do know Fish, and we have a history, and boy, do I want something to work. But go on.
He says, he found this lucky charm, he's calling it, because as he was having his morning puke binge, he found this wash up on the shore, and it's some kind of amulet. He says it was luck from the gods, so he hung it up saying this is our amulet of luck and it's going to protect our town.
Wait, is it still hanging, or is he holding it?
It is hanging on the basically where the tavern is. As you exit to the right, there's kind of like the main like the town hall.
Okay.
He has it hanging up on top of there, actually.
What does it look
he
like?
climbed up there. It's just kind of as you look up there, it's in plain sight. It's like a brass kind of amulet medallion kind of thing that you hang around your neck. And Fish is going, he hops up, he's like, people, we're protected. I told you, we now have luck and the gods on our side. He says, the amulet I found will protect us.
And then I interrupt him and I say, Fish, you found my amulet. Oh, I've been looking for it. Hey, thank you so much for finding my amulet. You remember, that's my amulet that you found. I appreciate you finding it. It's obviously still protecting the village. It makes sense, because I'm here and I've been protecting the village. So, if you could go ahead and give me my amulet back, up off that, hook there, that'd be great. And I roll a persuasion. Or is this deception?
Tick pick. Both work.
Persuasion. And
I was
that is
hoping
a
you'd be
19
A 1 again.
plus 19 plus 8.
He says, well, it could be yours. I don't know. All I know is that I found it, and I believe it was what the gods gave me. So if it's yours, that's fine. It's staying up there, though. He says, that is to protect our village.
And Fish, tell me, what have we done since we got here? Tell me.
I've been kind of drunk most of the time.
Yeah, you're still drunk. It's fine. But tell me, what was the first thing we did?
You helped our fishermen.
How do we meet?
You helped our fishermen.
And what do we do?
You destroyed my ship.
No, that was you destroyed your ship. We already discussed this. We don't need to go back and make more rolls. We've been protecting the village. But if I don't have my amulet, I can't promise that I'm still gonna be able to protect this village. Fish, you're my boy, and I love you. But I need my amulet.
He says, I just can't allow you to do that. You don't understand. This village is in danger.
Fish. And I hug him tight, and I'm whispering in his ear.
And as you guys are having this discussion about who it belongs to.
It's not a discussion. I'm trying to comfort him.
Okay, you're comforting him. You hear some screams come from the opposite end of where you guys walked in towards the docks where you guys went on your first, adventure to fight the crab. Towards those docks on that beachfront, you hear screams coming from there. You hear women screaming and some men yelling, "Get out of the way!"
And I grab Fish and I say, "See, it's already started. Fish, I gotta have that amulet."
He says, "We must protect the village."
I gotta have that amulet to protect the village, Fish.
He says, "Do what you must."
All right.
But as you are doing this, you see just coming straight into town in just a straight beeline run, barreling into town right now. As Varak, Johnny, Duncan, Fish, all you guys see coming into town, you see a group of 5 Quotoas. What Quotoas are basically an underwater fish people. So they have heads of like fish. They have arms and legs. But these guys are full-fledged, they got like coral armor. You see 4 of them are just beefy dudes, and you see one guy that's kind of in almost like a robe garb. He kind of stops and stands back as the other 4 are just making a beeline to the village with their eyes focused on the amulet.
We need that amulet. Here's what...
Turk, real quick, roll a perception for me.
Okay. Oh boy. 6.
You're still talking to the wizard.
Okay. Well,
You don't know any of this is going on right now.
All right, so as they're coming in...
Yeah, so what do you do?
All right, so they're fish people, right?
Yes.
So,
They got arms, legs, they can
that's
breathe
fine.
underwater
That's
and in the water.
Totally fine. I saw Justice League. I know what that's like. How far are they're running at me?
They're running at the town hall. They're going
And
straight
that's
for the
by
amulet.
where
that is
my-
behind you.
That's behind me. So they're running from in front of me.
Yes.
So okay, and how close are they?
They are gaining. They're about 50 feet from you now.
How close?
About 50 feet. Yeah, 4 of them.
And they're in a line.
They're not in a line, like a straight line, no, but they're like almost shoulder to shoulder-ish,
Okay.
with one standing back about
One standing
100
back.
feet away. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to ready in action.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, they're fish people, so they're probably wet.
That is true.
And once they get 30 feet, I'm gonna blast them with my breath weapon,
Okay.
which is lightning.
Oh,
What am I doing? Can I
I'm
come?
gonna-
you're still with the wizard right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run and find you. So we
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I got this, guys. No, don't worry.
So
Just leave the bard.
I'm
to
going
fight.
to get help.
Leave
I'm just-
the
You've
bard.
got Duncan. Duncan is raiding
My
his
boy,
axe.
me,
There you go.
and Duncan.
So
me
yeah,
and the
I run to go get
Me
Turk
and
to bring
Dunkin'
her out
Donuts are
here.
gonna do work. Okay, you guys go. We're gonna start our own podcast. Me and Duncan.
Whatever.
You guys just leaving me behind. But yeah, so I wait for them to get 30 feet and I shoot my breath weapon at them.
Okay. So you head towards
like sprinting.
sprinting. Okay. So basically, you've made it to the entrance. You yell at her. What do you yell at her?
Stuff's happening. Get down here now.
All right, and as you both turn to leave, okay, back to you. They are now about 30 feet, still just eyes focused, not caring about anyone around them. So there's 4 together, 1 in the back, and you're doing your breath weapon. And what do they have to do?
Roll a d20.
That is a 10.
It's Dex.
Dex.
Yeah.
All right, so that'd be 12. Or sorry, yeah, 12.
They do not save.
Okay.
So that's 2d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
Are they anything because of the wet and being lightning?
We'll say you can add an extra D4 of damage.
I'll take it. So 2, 7, 9 damage.
Ooh, nice. Ow, broke my pencil.
Did you need to say that?
And then as a free action, I just shout, "Protect the amulet."
Okay, so yeah, you yell protect the amulet. Most of the crowd now is kind of dispersed. Fish is kind of hunkered down, like
No, then
in fear.
Can I retcon and tell Fish to go grab the amulet for me?
you can, yeah, you can tell him that.
That's what I want to yell.
Okay, he doesn't do anything. He is feared for his life, hiding underneath like some stuff he can find.
All right.
Yeah, so Duncan, what he does is he sees that you've just shot, this breath weapon of lightning or whatever it is, and he's like, "Oh, nice work." He just runs straight for one with his axe, and he is just hauling at him. Ooh, 14. That definitely hits.
No.
Oh, that's
No.
good.
Duncan's hitting.
Oh,
One
I
of the
thought they were
fish people.
hitting Duncan.
No.
I'm on the fish's side. The sea creature side.
Oh my gosh.
So Duncan runs at this first Quotoa, and he hits it for. Sorry, only 2 points of damage, but
That's okay. It's okay. My
Your
boy,
boy sucks.
my boy. How much damage have you done, little miss? I trust a wizard.
Well, nobody told me this was out here except for my buddy Varak.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thanks, homie.
at this point, Turk and Varak have started making their way back, and they see what's going on. You see the Quotoa in the back hits all of you, and I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
I rolled a natural 20.
7.
12.
All right, Turk, Varak, Duncan, they are pushed back about 20 feet. Yeah, so as you guys are running forward, you get that huge gust of wind that knocks you back about 20 feet. You hold your ground, Johnny, and as you see 2 of the Quotoas just kind of like run past you, and they start heading towards the amulet. What do you do, Johnny?
Oh yeah, I have like magic stuff, don't I?
You do.
I kind of forgot about that. Nothing that's really good for this situation. I'm gonna run after the amulet as well.
Okay.
So I'll dash.
All right, so you guys are going to be in a sprint for the amulet.
Yeah.
So we'll do a little contest here.
Athletics. 6 plus 5 is
I'm
11.
just trying to stop these
All right,
people.
15. So they're able to basically hop up and get to the amulet first. Okay.
I could have stopped.
Now let's roll for initiative.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
21.
15.
16. So they have it,
They are at it.
but they don't have it.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
What'd you have, Rock?
15.
15. All right. I don't have a thing for. I'll just let you guys know when it's Duncan's turn. All right. So the situation we find ourselves in is Turk and Varak are on the ground, kind of knocked over from the gust of the wind, and Duncan, along with two of the Quatoas who are still on the ground. Two of them are up. Basically, they've kind of scaled the wall up there a little bit to get to the top where the amulet is hanging, and they are just about to grab it. Johnny, you were at the bottom underneath him, about 10 feet underneath him, and starting the top of the order is Johnny.
Okay, so one of the guys have the amulet.
He's reaching for it.
He's reaching.
So they're like, about to grab it. So basically, after you take your turn, they are gonna have it in their hands,
Okay.
unless you stop them.
Or let them.
Or let them.
tell them to grab it using suggestion,
All right.
which is what I'm going to do. And let me look up suggestion real fast because I forgot. Okay. All right. So you have to perform a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
and then you,
14. Is that what yours is?
Well, there's been some debate on whether or not it's.
Oh, that's true.
14
We
or
talked about that
16,
before.
But yeah, it's 14.
Okay.
So there goes that, and that was a level 2 spell. So then, yeah, I guess I just kind of like stand there and brace myself for when they get it and turn around.
Okay. Turk, you're up.
Where am I at?
You're about 50 feet, like from where they're at. You're just basically still in the center of town, right there in the little town square.
How many are there?
There are two up there basically on the scaling this little building. Two about 10 feet from you and Varak there, and then there's that one kind of shaman guy about 100 feet away towards the beach, who's kind of just hanging in the back. He's the one that cast the gust of wind on you guys.
How far does my longbow go?
I think it's like 120 feet, something like that.
I think it's like 300 with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Do you think that the shaman person thing is controlling the other ones?
That's what I was thinking. I was going to attack him.
What are you doing?
Sorry, what?
So I'm thinking if I try to take out that one, that could help the other. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take my longbow and use one of my fancy arrows,
Oh, all right.
my Janet arrow. So I'll try that. So I got 11 plus 19, so it's 20.
11 plus 19.
No, 9. Sorry. Dirt.
Jeez.
I have a very powerful longbow. So
yeah, that hits.
20 altogether.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then I add plus 1 to damage because of the
Yep.
arrow. So 3 plus 3 plus 1, so 7.
Okay.
7 damage to the guy in the back. What's up?
All right.
Yeah.
He gets hit.
Booyah.
You want to do anything else?
Let me hold on. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna save my other stuff. So,
Okay.
but I think I'm gonna try and like what's around me. Is there anything like kind of to shield myself from?
I mean, there's it's like a market as well. So there's a few like bins and carts and things.
How
like
close
that.
are they?
I mean, if you want to go hide behind one, yeah, you're fine.
Okay, that's what I go do.
Okay. You hide behind a cart.
Woo!
All right, Frock. What you got?
I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna hide behind a cart, and then
Okay.
I'm going to like peer over, and I'm gonna throw a javelin at the shaman dude in hopes that he doesn't ever see where it's coming from.
Sounds good.
So, 15.
That hits.
5.
All right, nice hit.
And then I scoot back behind the car.
And you hide. All right. At this point, Duncan, he stands up. He grabs his axe, and he basically he notices you two are taking your shots at the shaman guy. Johnny's busy with the two over at the town hall, so he's gonna go basically just charge at the two in the middle, and he's gonna just take a swing at the closest one. That hits. And Duncan, my man, takes one out.
Yay.
You just see him just run. He just runs up there with his axe, and the first one he sees just splits like a piece of wood right through the skull.
Nice.
As the other one turns
what he's
around in
best
shock. All right, so it is now the Kotoa's turn. You see the one up top who was reaching for it. He grabs it, and as he grabs it, he tosses it down to the guy at the bottom, who grabs it and turns around. The one who was underneath him hops down, and he is going to basically just take a shot here at Johnny. He's going to bite you.
Oh.
Jeez.
That's 15 plus 3, 18.
I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to hit you with 4 points of piercing damage. All right, so the one who just caught the amulet from his friend, he is going to take off running towards the ocean. So he uses his movement, which is 30 feet. So he runs 30 feet towards the ocean. The shaman is going to help him out.
Oh boy.
Is this one of those fights where we're supposed to lose?
I don't know.
Just wink.
What does that mean?
It's like one of those fights where we're supposed to lose.
That we die and the game's over?
It's been a good run, you know?
Is this the last episode? Probably what he meant.
He's going to run up closer, and he's going to hurl a bubble of acid.
It's not nice.
And the only one that he's throwing it at that he can see is Duncan.
No!
So he's going to hurl a
can I
bubble
do
of
anything?
acid.
I gotta be able to do something.
If you have something that lets you take a reaction on someone else's turn. So you're talking about succeed, so he has to recede on success.
Nice knowing you.
Ooh, Duncan rolled a 3, so he didn't succeed. Oh crap. Double sixes.
You trying to kill my best friend?
Your boy Duncan takes a nice acid bath.
How's the beard?
He's hurt pretty bad. Half of his beard has singed away.
No.
So he's hurt. He's not dead, but he's hurt pretty bad. We're back to the top. Johnny, you're up.
Okay. Now here is my issue.
Okay.
Do I buff my party members, or do I try to do sneaky stuff to try to stop that guy from running?
Well, he has taken off this amulet, and he is now about 60 feet from you.
Right.
What you got?
I got one more spell slot. I'm going to cast suggestion. Oh, that shaman's got to be smart, though, huh?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to cast suggestion on the shaman.
Okay. So he has to make a saving throw, right?
Yeah.
And it's wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your suggestion?
I mean, I'm already doing it. So tell me, is he stacked in wisdom?
It is his highest stat.
Son of a bee sting.
That is 12 plus 2, though. That's 14.
I hate you
Dang
so
it,
much.
I'm so sorry.
The way you're smiling right now just makes me want to punch you in the face. I chase after and my move, I just start chasing after the amulet guy.
Okay, so he was 60, and what's your movement, 30?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've closed the gap by 30 feet. All right, Turk, you are up.
Wait, hold on. Just because I'm never going to catch him at this rate. Which direction did he start running back to the ocean? The way he came?
Yeah, the way he came.
Okay, then point of order, he would be 50 feet away from me when I start my run. because he was 10 feet in front of me when I tried to suggest, and then 10 feet to meet, 30 total would make 20 feet.
Oh, you're right.
And
'cause,
then
yeah.
you said another 30 got boosted, right?
Yeah.
So
So now he's only 20 feet away from you. Yeah. Okay.
that matters only because I can shoot things that
Yeah,
far.
that's true. Yeah. That was off by 10 feet. Yeah. All right, Turk, you're up.
It's important.
Okay, so yeah, the guy running is about 40 feet from you. The shaman's still about, well, he moved in closer, so he's about 60 feet now from where
Okay.
you're at.
Are they kind of lined up together?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if I could roll well enough.
You still have a couple, still have another Kotoa like there with Johnny up front there. Well, actually, Johnny ran away, so you have a couple in the back now behind all of you guys still.
really.
So don't forget about those guys.
Okay.
And then the one running.
Wonder if I'd be able to shoot an arrow through and then hit the shaman.
If you roll a 20, you probably will.
Shoot. Okay, well, I'll just go. I'll go for the one carrying the amulet.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
So I kind of peek up from where I'm at. 19 plus 9.
Okay, roll damage.
3 plus 3, and I didn't say I was using an arrow, so I won't add that. So
Okay.
just 6.
As you shoot your arrow, you hit him. You get him good amounts.
Get him good.
He yells out a loud cry as he stumbles to the ground. He doesn't die, but he gets hurt and he actually drops,
He drops
the
it?
amulet. Yes.
How close is he to the shaman?
Well, if he
You
was
said he
40
was-
from you, he's about 20 feet from the shaman, and you're about 40 feet from the guy running. So you still have movement.
I don't have enough though.
No.
But I could. Can I use my extra action maybe to
Your action surge
to run
to dash.
and grab it?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Is that
So then you'd use your dash as your next action to actually get that 10 feet to it. So now you can still pick it up, but you can't attack.
Oh, okay.
So
Which is still I
Still a
think
good thing.
I think it's worth it. Yeah.
Okay,
barring
yeah.
rules of D&D, yes, you're still able to pick it up.
Okay, so
But yeah, you
yeah,
can't take an extra shot or anything because that was your action.
I grabbed that thing and so I don't have any. That's
Well,
all
she
my-
would still have extra movement from the dash though. Yeah, so you can still get away.
Okay, then I
Run back to where you were.
yeah. So let's
That's
just
basically because dash is doubling, so it's about 60, yeah.
so let's just do that.
Okay.
But I kind of awkwardly Kool-Aid man out of there.
All right,
But
Brock.
now I'm back to where I am with a snazzy new gauntlet.
All right, Brock, what do you like to do, sir?
Okay. So that was a lot of talk of distance. Are there any near me?
Yes, right where Duncan is at. Just behind him are those two that originally were with Johnny. So you can go run up to some,
Yeah.
straight up fight him if you
I'm
want.
gonna
There's two of them.
go into rage and then go attack that one near Duncan.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Bear man.
Or not.
Wait, did you roll the right dice?
Oh, nope, you didn't roll the right dice.
Boom.
Much better. All right. 20.
20 total? Okay, yep. Yeah, you hit it. Roll that damage.
Okay. So it's this one. Nice.
Whoa.
And then plus 3 is 15 plus 2 for rage, so 17.
You just obliterate this guy.
Yes.
Do you want to do it with your bare hands, literally?
Yeah, with my
All right, so literally
actual
with your
bare
actual
hands.
bare hands from your rage, you rip this fish apart.
And take a little bite.
So bad that the other one just kind of runs in fear and starts heading back towards the ocean.
Perfect.
And it is now Duncan's turn. So he is like kind of screaming in pain a little bit because he's got that nasty, acid all over his face. He says, "I can still help, guys." He grabs his axe and he throws it at the shaman.
God,
And that's a natural 20.
I love Duncan.
Still got it.
Like, if he and Janet, like, this is just.
He, with the extra damage, he hits the shaman with 14 points of damage
gosh.
as that axe just flies through, and the shaman doesn't even see it coming. This axe just hits him right between the eyes, and you see this shaman just drop to his knees and just fall to his face as you see Duncan just, from the exhaustion of that last bit of effort, you see Duncan just kind of fall to the ground and he's just breathing heavily, but he's not dead.
Look, I hope you guys handle whatever's left because I am taking care of Duncan right now. like, that's period. Yeah. Whose turn is it? Is it my turn or is it the
Run
bad
to
guy's
him.
turn?
It is a bad guy's turn, and at this point, they have given up fight, and they are both, the last two remaining, are running towards the ocean. Thanks for listening to this episode of Homebrew Adventures. Don't forget you can follow us on all our social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at HBA The Podcast. You can also check out our website, hbapodcast.com, and you can always email us your adventures at hbapodcast@gmail.com.